Okay. There it goes. All right. So my name is Courtney Handeland. I am one of the health and wellness coaches here at the Waukesha Employee Health and Wellness Center. Thank you for joining me for another mindful movement break. Just a few safety reminders. Make sure you are aware of the space that you have around you. You know what kind of limitations your space has for movement. Feel free to move things if that's available to you to make some more space for movement. And then also be aware of your body limitations and make sure you're listening to your body. Don't do things that you aren't comfortable with. It's okay to always just come back to your breath. I am going to start us off standing today, but you can choose to stay sitting if you prefer. Most of the things that we'll be doing today, you can do sitting. And I also do want to put a reminder that there is a little music link in the chat box. If you would like some music while you're practicing today, we'll also have that music link in the recording on YouTube as well. So you can go ahead and get your own music started if that makes this experience more enjoyable for you. Other than that, let's go ahead and make sure I'm spotlighted. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with just 3 deep breaths. Like I said, if you can stand and would like to stand, please feel free to stand up. We're going to do deep breaths with our arms. So as we inhale, we reach our arms up. Hold it at the top and exhale, let them fall down. Let's do that again. Inhale, you might even want to get a bend in the knees. Inhale, up to the sky and exhale, let it drop down. And then go ahead for one more inhale, up and exhale to let those arms come back down. Good, you should feel nice with that last breath, especially being able to get a good expansion in your rib cage, feeling that fresh air come in. Probably also notice just already you have a little bit more energy just by standing up and taking those nice, deep, moving breaths. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of stretch. And then, like I said, we're going to do balance work. So go ahead and clasp your hands together. And then we're going to push them so that the palms go up to the sky. Nice stretch. You might even want to tilt your chin up, looking up towards those hands, but probably not all the way up. You don't want to crank your neck. And then go ahead and as you're pushing out, reach towards your left side. Feel a nice stretch through that side body. And engage that core, pull that belly button in to bring it back up. And bring those hands down. And then let's push them up again. And exhale, reaching over to the right side. Very good. Engaging that tummy, pull that belly button in, use that core to stand back up. You might want to shake those arms out, and then let's do that one more time. You can clasp your hands again or just reach them straight up to the sky, whatever feels better. Leaning over to the left. Oh, nice stretch. Maybe even really focusing on energy shooting out through the middle finger of that right hand, going all the way down, grounding into that right foot. Engage that core, bring it back up. And let's go to the right side. Bending over, a nice side stretch. Again here, imagine you've got energy coming up through that left foot, traveling all the way up and shooting out that left middle finger. Great. Go ahead and stand back up. All right, give a couple shoulder rolls there, forward and back, shake that out. Let's go ahead and clasp those hands again. This time we're gonna push forward on the palms. Again, it might help. You might wanna play with the angle, moving your hands down or slowly moving them up. Beautiful, and then go ahead and clasp your hands in the back and just pushing out, pushing that chest out. Standing nice and tall, pulling those shoulder blades together. Beautiful. Let's do one more to the front, clasping those hands, pushing those palms out. Again, you can play with the angle here. If one particular spot feels better and just moving it might feel good on your spine. And then clasping them behind, pushing those knuckles out. and pulling those shoulder blades together. All right, go ahead and shake that out. And again, you might, we're going to do a little balance work. So you might want to have a stable surface nearby to grab onto if you need, especially just for beginning. I'm going to tilt that down a little bit so you can see me, and I'll back up. So when we start with balance, let's start by balancing on our left foot and just pop that knee up. So you've got just the toe on the ground. And just take a second to breathe here and notice how that feels. Go ahead and bring that foot towards your ankle. That's stabilizing. Make sure you're standing up, nice straight spine, pulling that belly button in. If this feels good, you might want to travel that foot up off the ground. So now we really are just on one foot. If you feel wobbly here, go ahead and, like I said, either have something to hold, or you can leave that toe on the ground for some support. There's nothing wrong with that. You got to start with where you're at. If this feels good, you can bring the leg up higher. Just make sure you're not putting it right on the knee. So it could be right below where that knee is, or you could bring it up above where that knee is. Again, moving slow. Give yourself some time here to get that balance, engage that core. And you might choose to have your hands out, holding for balance. You might want to have them at heart center, or go ahead and grow those tree limbs. If you are feeling really strong in this pose, like I said, it's not always about strength for the day either. It might be the kind of message that you're trying to send to the world today and what your intentions are. Go ahead and slowly bring that foot back down to the ground. And let's try it on the other side. Again, we just start slow. So go ahead and just pop that heel up. We've got our right foot stabilizing us. We've got that core engaged. Go ahead and drag that foot over to the stationary leg. And then you can play with the balance, see what you want to do today. Do you need to keep that toe down? Can you raise it up? Do you want it on your calf, or do you want it all the way up high? It doesn't matter where you have it, and it might be different than the other side. Each side is different, and it's okay. And just because you were able to have your foot in one spot on one side doesn't mean that you need to have it in that spot on the other side, especially if you're feeling wobbly. You want to make sure that you're being safe. So again, we can have our arms out or holding onto something for balance. You might choose to have it at heart center, or you might choose to grow those limbs. Taking a couple breaths here. If you need an extra challenge, you're feeling really zesty today, and you want to test that balance, you can go ahead and close one eye, or maybe even both eyes. Notice how it gets a lot harder when I'm starting to wobble. And go ahead and open those eyes, shake out those arms, shake out those legs. Good. That's a really good way to test your balance, and a good thing to practice every day, really, if you can. Working on your balance is so important that we're calling on those supporting muscles when we need to balance, especially as we get older. That balance gets more and more important, and it does engage those small muscle groups to help and support us, and also the big ones, of course. All right, so next we're going to do figure 4 stretch. Of course, you can, that's going to stretch out the piriformis muscles. Of course, you can do this sitting down. Today, I'm going to go with the theme of balance, and I'm going to do it standing up. Again, you might want to have something to grab onto to stabilize you. So we're just going to put that leg right across, right above the knee. So here's my knee. It's right above. It's not resting on top. And you can see here, you got your figure 4. And then if you want to deepen the stretch, so you can probably already feel the pull in the back, you're just going to sit back a little bit. So kind of like you're squatting down. Rotate here so you can see. And make sure you're breathing. Nice, slow breaths. Really enjoying the stretch. This stretch, in whatever form you prefer to do it, is really a stretch that would be good to do every day. Those muscles in the back get so tight, especially the more stationary you tend to be. Go ahead and stand up as you exhale. And then let's go ahead and cross the other leg over. Sit back, squat down. Again, you could also be doing this on a chair, seated, bringing that leg across, or of course you could do it laying on the ground. That's my preferred method. It's a lot more, it's a good, comfortable way to do things. Okay, awesome. Go ahead and stand up, shake it out. And then again, working on our balance, we're going to stretch out these, the front of their legs now, our quad stretch, moving into dancer pose if you have that available to you today, for those of you who are familiar with yoga. So I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see, and I'll also do it from the front. So one trick for, well, maybe I'll do it this way. One trick for getting up here is to grab your foot with that opposite hand, and then you can switch to the other hand. Make sure that your legs not going out like this. You want to keep them as parallel as you can. And again, that's how much you pull on it will change the resistance. If you're not able to reach down and get your leg, you can also do this with a chair or bench or couch if you're at home, just putting that leg up, and then you kind of just lean back until you feel that nice pull on the front there. So now I have switched legs. Go ahead and take one breath here. In and out, and then switch to the other leg. Again, you have control over the deepness of this stretch, the intensity of this stretch. Keep that in mind. And if you are looking for more advanced, you can tilt forward, bring that opposite arm up, and push this foot back. Do that with the chair. Again, so this is a side view, and this would be up front. So you can see my leg stays in the same plane, just pushing back, deepening the stretch, requiring a little more balance. Awesome. Okay, one more move. I keep writing more that I'm going to do a warrior sequence, and I keep running out of time, but next time we'll prioritize that. So for those of you that are really into yoga and you want to do some warriors at work, next week, I promise, is the week. But right now we're going to go ahead, and you can either take a seat or you can do this standing. We're just going to do seated or standing rotation. So start by grabbing your left hand, reach it towards the back. It might be towards the back of your chair or just the back of in the air if you're standing. And your right hand will come up alongside of that left calf. And go ahead, if you want to increase the stretch, you can look over that back shoulder. Take a couple breaths here, nice and slow. Good, and then for the other side, I'll show you standing up. So again, just taking now, we got our right hand, reaching it towards the back, left hand might come to that hip. And we're looking towards that back shoulder if you like to deepen the stretch. Just a nice little twist to the side. Bring it forward, and let's do one more on each side, just a little twist. Inhale, and then exhale, bring it forward. And twist back the other way. Beautiful. All right, we've got a couple minutes left here, and I would like to end us with a little mini loving kindness meditation. So you can do this standing up, or you can go ahead and take a seat, whatever feels more comfortable for you. And go ahead and close your eyes. And you may choose to have your hands at heart center, maybe placing them on your heart or just in your lap, whatever feels most comfortable for you. And just start by slowing down that breath. Exhaling any tension. And I would like you to first think of yourself. And I would like you to wish yourself love and kindness, health and wellness, happiness in this day and in this season to come. And now think of someone who you love and offer them that same health, love, kindness, and happiness in the season to come. And now, lastly, let's bring to mind someone who maybe you've had a little bit more difficulty with. Could be family member or friend or coworker, or even, a group, a governmental group or organization that brings you frustration. Let's think of that person or that entity, cluster of people, whatever it may be. And let's just wish them truly from our hearts love and kindness, health and happiness, and peace in this upcoming season and today. And when you're ready to come back to this space, slowly wiggle your fingers and your toes, flutter your eyes open. And like I said, that last little piece was a mini loving kindness meditation. If you like that and would like to dabble in more, we do have a loving kindness meditation recorded on YouTube. So be sure to check that out. And we'll hopefully be posting recordings like that, loving kindness, and other meditations on our podcast soon as well. So be on the lookout for that. Other than that, sorry I've got you 1 minute late. I wish you all a fantastic day. And I hope to see you here again next week for our mindful movement break. Be on the lookout for the recording. I'll send that out later today. And as always, they'll be on YouTube as well. So wherever it's convenient for you to get that, you can just search for the Wellness Center page on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe as well so that you get notified as soon as we get recordings out of different things. And you can watch them wherever, whenever it's convenient for you.